So the Arizona Diamondbacks have been making some moves. About a year ago, they were the last team to worry about. I'm not sure that's the case anymore. They signed Junior Guerra, a great reliever. They pick up Stephen Vogt, awesome backup catcher. We know that. Then the giant splash with the Madison Bumgarner signing. And now Kole Calhoun, longtime Angel, is a Diamondback. And when you look at the Diamondbacks, they might be pretty good in 2020.
And he drives it into right center field, hit a ton. This baby is way back on a
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Humm Baby Baseball channel, and today we're going to talk a little D-backs. This is another team in the National League West, another team the Giants have to worry about. Of course, the Giants have a lot to worry about these days because a lot of teams are looking really good in the NL West. I talked about the Padres. We know about the Dodgers. Rockies are looking pretty good, but the Diamondbacks, they are really improving. You look at their roster and holy cow, they got power, they got pitching, they got relief pitching. They look good all around, and they just improved their team yet again with Kole Calhoun. He's coming over on a 2-year deal worth at least $16 million, and they got an option for yet another year if they choose to bring him back. So the Diamondbacks, Kole Calhoun, he is coming to Arizona. He's from Arizona. He went to school in Arizona. He's coming home. He's coming off a year where he smashed 33 bombs. He had 74 RBIs. That's actually kind of low for hitting 33 homers, and that's probably due to that 232 batting average, 325 on base, and 162 strikeouts in 552 at-bats. Yet he still has a pretty decent wins above replacement of 2.3. The guy has power. He's going to hit you some bombs. His average might not be too high. His on-base percentage might be a little low, but he's going to bring you some great defense out in right field. He's going to hit you 30-plus home runs, and when you're a team that already has multiple 30-home run type guys, well, you're looking pretty good then. And he is going to be a 30-plus home run guy. He's 32 years old. Don't know how that's going to affect him, if he's going to start aging anytime now or not. You never really know. He's still at that age where he could be very useful. Just depends. You just don't know. But I think he's still going to be just fine for the Diamondbacks. He's going to go there playing Arizona. The ball carries pretty well in Phoenix. And I think this is a really good signing to add to a team that's already legit, that has already added a definite ace-type pitcher in Madison Bumgarner. The Diamondbacks are definitely going for it. I'm not saying that they're going to go and win the West necessarily. I'm just saying that they have a pretty good team, and we got to take a look at them. Calhoun is joining an already powerful outfield. You got Marte out there. You got David Peralta, both of whom have had 30-plus home run years. We could see over 100 home runs in that outfield, or at least 90-plus. Peralta, he only hit 12 in 2019. He had a bad year because he was injured. He was constantly hurt and had shoulder problems. He couldn't stay on the field. But the year before, he hit 30 home runs in 2018. They'll be hoping that he has a return to form. Meanwhile, you got Marte. He crushed 32 home runs last year. I mean, this is a powerful outfield. And when you got Tim LaCastro, a guy who can get on base like no one else, he can work the walk, he can get hit by the pitch, he makes contact, and he has a little bit of pop there as well. Tim LaCastro has a perfect outfield, kind of utility outfielder right there to back those guys up. I mean, that's a really nice outfield. There's no denying that they just really improved their outfield. And jumping to the infield at third base could be Jake Lamb. This is the 2017 All-Star. He hit 61 home runs between 2016 and 2017, but he's coming off a tough year where he just hit 193 in 226 plate appearances. But not to worry, they got Eduardo Escobar, 35 bombs, healthy all year. This guy led the league with 10 triples. He had a 4.2 wins above replacement. I think they're just going to be fine at third base. Shortstop Nick Ahmed, this guy's got sparkling defense. He brings you some pop with 19 home runs. He hit 254, a nice player, but by all accounts, also a great leader and a great teammate. And then over at second, they got Marte listed. You know that's not happening. Well, he'll play some second, but he's also going to play mostly in the outfield. You see Josh Rojas out in right. Rojas, I'm going to imagine, is going to play more second base now, so look out for Rojas. This guy's no joke. Hasn't quite proven himself in the big leagues yet, but he hit 23 bombs in the minors last year with a 332 batting average, 418 on-base percentage. If he can bring some of that to the big leagues, they're going to be looking real good at second with Rojas. And over at first, Christian Walker, 29 big flies. Geez, how many people they got can hit home runs? 259 average, 348 on base. But if something should not work out with Christian Walker, or should they want to give more opportunities to Kevin Cron, which I imagine they would want to give more opportunities to Kevin Cron, because last year, between the majors and the minors, he had 460 at-bats and hit 45 bombs. 329 average in AAA. This guy needs another opportunity. If the Diamondbacks don't give it to him, someone will, because this guy has shown he can crush the ball in the minors. Just has to prove that he can do the same in the big leagues. Then you got, of course, Carson Kelly behind the plate. 18 home runs there in just 314 at-bats. Stephen Vogt backing him up. So they look pretty set at catcher, but should there be any issues there, Dalton Varsho, he's coming up through the minors. With the Jackson Generals in Double-A, he hit .301 with 18 home runs. That's their second round draft pick in 2017. So all in all, as you can see, the Diamondbacks all around, they just look good. They just really do look good. I mean, they have a lot of power. Not only are their starters have a lot of power, they got backups with a lot of power. They got prospects with a lot of power. They're a very powerful team. And playing over there in Arizona, they're going to hit a lot of home runs. That's just a simple fact. They are going to hit a ton of bombs. But what about the rotation? Well, they may have slightly improved their rotation by signing this guy here named Madison Bumgarner, only the greatest World Series pitcher of all time, San Francisco Giants legend. He is going to be anchoring that staff more than likely, but they also got Robbie Ray. Robbie Ray, 235 strikeouts in 174.1 innings, 4.34 ERA, 12-8 record. That is a very powerful 1-2 punch right there. The rest of their rotation, probably they're still trying to figure it out, but they got guys like Kelly and Alex Young, and they were pretty decent. They had some nice outings. By the way, Taylor Clark is listed in the bullpen. He can also start some games, so I think that rotation still needs to get figured out. And Mike Leake is there. Very familiar name. Mike Leake had a 4.29 ERA in 32 starts. I don't see why he wouldn't be in that rotation, at least as a 4 or 5 guy. And don't forget, they still got Corbin Martin somewhere, and he came over in the Greinke trade, second round pick from the Astros. So that is a guy who could definitely help in the rotation at some point. And by the way, Josh Rojas also came over in the Greinke trade. So they did get some nice young pieces there in that Zach Greinke trade, who may be ready to help and should be ready to help here very soon in 2020. So the rotation, to me, they have enough pieces, especially with that 1-2 punch. And then you got Mike Leake. There's 3 guys right there who definitely could be in the rotation. They got enough other guys who can definitely start some games. And in spring training, they're going to figure it out. They still might have some moves. They still might do some signings and some trades. We don't know what yet they have to do. But I can see right now, their rotation should be pretty solid and a nice complement to that offense, which is really solid and a lot of power and a lot of guys who can hit, a lot of guys that can get on base. A very nice looking team from an aspect of the rotation and the offense. Good defense as well. What about the bullpen, though? Archie Bradley is the closer at the moment. 87 strikeouts in 71 2/3 innings. Guy's got good stuff. He is definitely going to be a good pitcher in that bullpen for them. But don't forget about this guy, Kevin Ginkel. Who is this? He was a 22nd round pick for the Diamondbacks. Nevertheless, 1.48 ERA in 24 innings, and he absolutely dominated the minor leagues. I believe they have maybe found a diamond in the rough, or Diamondback in the rough. In 2018 in the minors, he had a 1.41 ERA. In 2019 in the minors, he had a 1.78 ERA. And then in the big leagues, like I said, 1.48. He's a strikeout machine. In the minor leagues from 2018 to 2019, he pitched 105 innings, struck out 163 batters. He has to be on their mind as a potential closer, setup man, something in that bullpen, because he can straight pitch and deal, and he is going to be a big part of that bullpen, I would imagine, in 2020. And how could I forget, of course, Junior Guerra. This guy gave up only 58 hits in 83 2/3 innings. He had a 3.55 ERA for the Milwaukee Brewers. He was an important piece of their bullpen, and he's going to be an important piece for the Diamondbacks. What a great signing that is. I mean, the Diamondbacks are just kind of getting a little bit here, getting a little bit there, getting a little bit there. Little improvements to the bullpen, little improvements to the rotation. Well, Madison Bumgarner, big improvement to the rotation. And now, of course, Kole Calhoun improving that offense a little more. They got a lot of power. They got speed. They got defense. They got pitching. They got relief pitching. They look really good. They really do. And I'm a Giants fan. I know it's weird. People have told me it's weird to hear me talking so good about other teams when I'm a Giants fan. This is a baseball channel. I'm here to talk baseball. I'm here to be honest. Unbiased opinions. We're looking at these teams. They look good. I'm not saying I want the Diamondbacks to win the division. I want the Giants to win the division. Does that look like it's going to happen? So the Arizona Diamondbacks making improvements, picking up Kole Calhoun. What do you think about it? Picked up Madison Bumgarner. What do you think about it? Picked up Junior Guerra for the bullpen. What do you think about it? Diamondbacks really becoming a full team. Remember, about a year ago, they were like the bottom of the list as far as favorites to win the World Series. They're moving up that list slowly but surely, and this year they are going to be a legitimate threat for a wild card, or maybe even they got plans to try to compete with the Dodgers for that division. We'll find out in 2020, but still, go Giants as always. Let me know what you think below. Thank you so much for joining me today right here on the Humm Baby Baseball channel. I so much appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button if you have not already. Check out my links in the description. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on my social media accounts. Check out my Patreon page. I appreciate it. You guys are awesome. We'll talk to you next time. See ya! When the Giants come to town, it's bye-bye, baby. Every time the chips are down, it's bye-bye, baby. History's in the making at Oracle Park.